Hello and welcome to Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Check setting up the laptop in front of me. Here we go. 1 click, 2 click, 3 click. We're on. So imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball against legends past and present. And that's what you have right here, a complete 162 game regular season on MLB The Show for PlayStation. I'm RC Robbin. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It's the end of the season. We are in mid-September. There are 11 games left in the schedule. This is game number 152 of a 162 game regular season. So obviously we haven't played game number 152 yet. So there are still 11 games to go. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Hollywood Avengers are tied for first place with a 96-55 record. Both teams head to head, going down to the wire. This is the remaining schedule. It is one more game at Seattle at T-Mobile Park, a day off. Then a 4-game set at Arizona against the Diamondbacks. That team's given me trouble this season. Then 3 games at home against the Minnesota Twins. And then a 3-game set to end the regular season against the Los Angeles Dodgers. I have a feeling that the season, the playoff structure, the playoff position for the Avengers, whether they are a wild card or a division champion, will come down to these final 3 games. But let's not put the cart before the horse. Let's jump into the next game on the schedule, which is at Seattle against the Mariners in T-Mobile Park, Safeco Field, if you will. So let's jump into the schedule. Play the game. Play the game. All preceding games will be simulated. You want to continue? Okay. Play full game. We are the away team against Seattle at T-Mobile Park. The show looks good. Bradley Cooper, or Rocket Raccoon, is the starting pitcher. Everybody looks tired, but they get a day off tomorrow, so we're going to play him. Let's rock and roll. As you can see, the batting average race in the National League is a close one. Tom Holland, 357, also known as Spider-Man. Stan the Man Musial, 355. Mike Trout, 345. So it is still a active race. These are your starting lineups. For those new to the franchise, I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. And the difficulty setting is set to All-Star. We are live at T-Mobile Park. Let's get ready for some Major League Baseball as the Hollywood Avengers visit the Seattle Mariners. On the mound for the Mariners, Jacob deGrom, making his 31st start of the season. He's 15-5 with a 3.45 earned run average. I'm sure he's probably in the conversation for the American League Cy Young. Leading off for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie, 324 average this season, 19 homers, 73 runs batted in. Steps up to lead off the ball game. Top of the first. Here comes the pitch. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Love me some baseball. Change up outside, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Seattle Mariners are in first place in the American League West. And as you already heard, the Hollywood Avengers are battling for the division title in the National League West. Swinging and miss at the high fastball, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Anthony Mackie. He plays Sam Wilson, or the new Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Line drive, foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Off the plate outside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's a line drive. Will that go over his head? No, it will not. Jorge Soler in right flags it down for the first out. Starting lineup for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie is at short, Tom Holland's at second, Robert Downey Jr. is first. The catcher is Mark Ruffalo. Chadwick Boseman's at third, Dave Bautista's in right, Sebastian Stan is in left. The designated hitter is Idris Elba, and batting ninth and playing center field, Don Cheadle. Tom Holland in that batting title race, hitting .357 with 17 homers. Swinging and misses the fastball on the inside corner, strike 1. .357 is on the top of the leaderboard. And he grounds it. Foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Spider-Man, Tom Holland. Everybody's excited this week in the real world to see the new movie. Change up inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joe McDonald is the man making those calls behind home plate. Don't know if he's real or fictional. Don't really care. Here's the pitch from deGrom. And he's out in front of the fastball, pulls it down the left field line, out of play for strike number 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. King Sonic, welcome to the live stream. Did he check it? Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes on Holland. Here comes the pitch. And it's a line drive foul. Count will remain 2-2. And it's a bloop. It might drop in there, and it will not. The center fielder of Johnny Damon makes the catch 2 away. Nice play by the center fielder. Next up is Robert Downey Jr. He's hitting .299. He has 23 homers and 98 runs batted in on the season. Grounder to third. Routine play. Throws to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Jacob deGrom after a half inning of play here at T-Mobile. It is the Hollywood Avengers nothing. The Seattle Mariners coming to bat. On the mound for the Avengers, the man who voices Rocket Raccoon in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, his name is Bradley Cooper, making his 30th start of the season. He is 11-10, the 5.09 earned run average. He will face Johnny Damon, 300 even, 11 homers, 39 RBIs, also has 46 stolen bases. Here comes first pitch from Cooper. Looked like a strike at the knees, called the ball. So that's Tom Holland at second base and Dave Bautista in right field. Looked high, called a strike. Go figure. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a line drive headed towards the right center field gap, and it will make it all the way to the wall. Backing up is Don Cheadle. He's going to make it. He's going to make a turn at second and go to third. It'll be a leadoff triple for Johnny Damon. He just turned on the wheels. Triple number 7 on the season for Damon. Here's the replay. Up next is Hall of Famer Paul Molitor, hitting .347. He has 29 homers, 96 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch. Misses low, ball 1. Fouls off the changeup. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Paul Molitor played for the Milwaukee Brewers in the 70s and 80s. Actually, no, 80s and 90s, pardon me. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. 3,000 hit club member. Swing to miss the fastball, 97 on the inside corner. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he fouls off the cut fastball. So the Avengers won game 1 of this quick 2-game series at T-Mobile yesterday, 13-1. Oh, that ball is high. It is far. That ball is gone. It's a 2-run home run for Paul Molitor, and they strike first today on Paul's 30th homer of the season. A 2-run shot, and it's 2-0 Mariners. Here's the replay. Oh, just teed off on it. Next up is the catcher, Mike Piazza, hitting .303, 41 homers, 120 runs batted in. Believed by many to be the best catcher in baseball, best hitting catcher in baseball history. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Can't say best defensive. I think that would probably, that honor might go to somebody like Pudge Rodriguez. Best defensive catcher in baseball history. I mean, it really depends. Cut fastball in there, count as quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes to Piazza. Piazza played for the LA Dodgers and then the New York Mets in his Hall of Fame career. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 Seattle here in the first. Out in front of the forkball, swinging and miss, struck him out. That's actually the first out of the ball game for Cooper. First strikeout, obviously. Here's the replay. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Up next, Dave Kingman, outfielder, hitting .249. He has 27 homers and 94 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch. Grounder up the middle and through, past the diving attempt by Mackey. It is a 1-out single for Kingman. And Cooper doesn't look good. I mean, granted, this is a ground ball with eyes, but he just doesn't look good today. Next up, Michael Young, the shortstop, .297, 17 homers, 91 runs batted in. Hey, Mezwardi, welcome to the live stream. Line drive, bobbled. Second for 1, back to first, not in time. So it'll be a fielder's choice. Looked like it was going to be caught on the line. The ball was in and out of the glove, but of course, he tossed it over to second for the force. So it's a fielder's choice. Young at first, 2 away here in the bottom of the first. It's already a 2-0 lead thanks to Paul Molitor's 2-run home run here in the first inning. Up next, Keiston Hiura, hitting .280, 29 homers, 86 runs batted in. Runner at first, 2 down, bottom of the first. Fastball outside, I suppose, ball 1. The Avengers won in dramatic... Oh, pardon me, we'll have to continue that thought. Tosses second for the force to retire the side. But again, they score twice on Paul Molitor's 2-run shot, and after 1 inning of play, it's the Mariners leading 2-0. This is Avengers Baseball. So, top of the second, up steps Mark Ruffalo, leading the ball club with 34 homers and 132 runs batted in. .338 average. We have 11 games left on the season. Here comes the pitch. Pitch is high and outside, ball 1. I am certainly getting into the Christmas spirit. Christmas spirit, yes, absolutely. Happy holidays, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. Slider off the plate, count as 2 balls and no strikes to Mark Ruffalo. And he pops it up, foul territory. It will simply be strike number 1. Count as 2 balls, 1 strike. So there are 11 games left in the schedule, and the Avengers and the LA Dodgers. Did he check it? Did he go? Yes, he did. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Black Panther. The Dodgers and the Avengers are tied with a 96 and 55 record. And he pops him up. Shallow right field. Out goes the first baseman. Over the shoulder catch for the first out. Nice defensive play. Defensive alignment for the Mariners in the outfield is Dave Kingman, Johnny Damon, and Jorge Soler. In the infield, starting from third base over, J.D. Davis, Michael Young, Keiston Hiura, Edwin Encarnacion, with Mike Piazza behind home plate. Next up, Chadwick Boseman, .340, 21 homers, 74 runs batted in. 1-0. Checks his pitch, ball 1. Jacob deGrom on the mound. 2-0 lead for him. Checks the swing, curveball's low, 2 balls and no strikes. And he pulls the fastball down the left field line, out of play. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Grounder, Young throws to first in time, 2 away. Up next, Dave Bautista, Drax the Destroyer, hitting .321 on the season. 2 outs base is empty. And he just gets a piece of it to foul it off at home plate for strike one. Dave Bautista is a former professional wrestler before he turned an actor. Fastball high and outside, ball one. Check that. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, deGrom is throwing. Line drive, but not that time. That ball rolls into the left field corner. He makes the turn at first, heads to second. The throw to second is offline. It is a 2-out double for Drax the Destroyer. Here's the replay. Hit it right inside that third base bag and down the left field line. Kingman had really no shot at catching him at second. But yes, the matchup is Jacob deGrom, which is certainly not an easy matchup. So 2 outs, runner in scoring position for Sebastian Stan, 292, 11 homers, 55 runs batted in. Slider off the plate, ball one. Every game matters in these final 11 ball games. Inside, ball two, count as 2 balls and no strikes. I'm not sure, but I think the Dodgers have already won today, which means that in order to keep pace, the Avengers need to win this ball game. 3-0 count. Will he swing on 3-0? Never. I take my hands off the controller on 3-0 counts. Now I pick the controller back up. 3-1 count from deGrom. Runner leads off second. 2-0 Seattle. And he pops him up on the infield. Encarnacion retires the side. So they strand the runner at second. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. At the end of an inning and a half, it's 2-0 Seattle. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up steps Jorge Soler, hitting 272. Jorge has 40-plus homers. I believe he has 43 home runs on the season, so he is a threat. Looked like it was below the knees, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is no balls and 1 strike to Soler. And that's a deep drive to right. Back goes Bautista, the track, the wall, looking up, makes the catch with his foot at the base of the wall. That's the first out here in the bottom of the second. Maswardi, yes, the World Series MVP, without a doubt. Up next, J.D. Davis. $150, 1 homer, 2 RBIs. Obviously a September call-up or an injury replacement at third base. Grounder to second. Holland fields, fires, got him. 2 away. Two down, bases empty. Up steps Edwin Encarnacion, playing first base today. He's hitting 217, 17 homers, 45 runs batted in. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Pops him up. Long run into foul territory for Tony Stark. In front of the dugout. Makes the catch to retire the side. Nice play, Tony. So after 2 innings of baseball, it's 2-0 Mariners. Need to drink my iced coffee. Gotta get energized. It's as if the playoffs have already started. Leading off the top of the third, Idris Elba, hitting 269. He has 9 homers and 53 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Jacob deGrom. And that's a line drive, but they had him played perfectly. The shift was on for him to pull. Line drive, and there's the out. So now, wins leaders in the American League. As you can see, Jacob deGrom's got 15. Cliff Lee leads the American League with 18 wins. That's just the American League. The Hollywood Avengers have been wedged into the National League. Next up, Don Cheadle, hitting from the left side against the righty deGrom. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. Don Cheadle plays James Rhodes in the MCU. War Machine. Ties him up in knots on the inside part of the plate. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Off the plate, 2-1. You scared of getting a wild card game? In all honesty, I would prefer not to have a wild card game, Maswardi. Grounder to third. Couldn't get around on the fastball. Davis throws to first, and there are 2 away. Considering the fact that both of these ball clubs will likely win 100 games each, both the Dodgers and the Avengers, I doubt that either one of them would have to play a one-game wild card game. I would assume that with that kind of a record that they both teams could avoid that. Pitch is high, ball one, but I'd like to have home field advantage. That's definitely, I want to have the bottom of the ninth inning in case I'm down. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Lineup turns over for Anthony Mackie, who's 0 for 1, the new Captain America. Fouls it back. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Don't forget to like the video. That's a deep drive headed towards the right center field gap. Back goes the center fielder. Running catch for Johnny Damon to retire the side. Didn't quite have enough rockets on it. After 2.5, it's 2-0 Seattle. MN Productions, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for the compliment. MN Productions says he likes my hat. I'm in the holiday season. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning here, 2-0 Seattle. Leading off, the lineup turns over for the Mariners. Johnny Damon's up for his 2nd plate appearance. Fastball low and inside, ball 1. Bradley Cooper is 11-10 on the season. It's been a very rocky Major League season for Rocket. Fouls it back, count 1 ball and 1 strike to Damon. He's losing 2-0 here in this very important game as we wind down the season. Pop up in the infield. Charging is Spider-Man. Holland makes the catch for the 1st out. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to say it. National League West standings. As you can see, the Los Angeles Dodgers have already won today and now have 97 wins. The Hollywood Avengers are a half game back, 96-55. So in order to keep pace in the National League West, the Avengers need to win today. And they are losing 2-0 thanks to the man you see right now, Paul Molitor, who had a 2-run home run in the 1st inning. Here's the pitch from Cooper. Fouls it off, a little late on the fastball, strike 1. Swing and a miss, the cut fastball. Count is no balls and 2 strikes to Molitor. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, fielded by Holland. Long throw, in time, 2 away. Next up, Mike Piazza struck out in the 1st. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 3rd. That is a routine fly ball to center field. Don Cheadle makes the catch to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bradley Cooper. At the end of 3, it's the Mariners 2, the Avengers nothing. So leading off the top of the 4th is Spider-Man Tom Holland, who's 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch from deGrom. Change up outside, ball 1. Off the plate, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Grounder towards the hole. Backhanded long throw from Young. In time, gorgeous play. That's a Gold Glove play from shortstop. 1 away. Up steps Robert Downey Jr., who had a 3-run home run yesterday. Hitless today so far, 2nd at bat. Slider, backdoor, nasty slider in there for a strike. Count is 0-1. Ties him up in knots, swing and a miss. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Tony Stark. Just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Robert Downey Jr. And he tied him up. Couldn't hold back. Tried to check his swing. There's 2 outs. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by King Sonic the Blue Hedgehog. Bradley Cooper and Jacob deGrom are both throwing lightning bolts. deGrom tipping the scales at 100 miles an hour. Mazwardi wants to know if my donations are on. Okay, here's the deal. In order to have donations on, you have to be monetized. And in order to be monetized, you have to have 2 things. Sorry for the long story. Fouled off for strike 1. In order to be monetized, you have to have more than 1,000 subscribers, and you also have to have 4,000 watch hours. Chase the fastball, count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Mark Ruffalo. You need 4,000 watch hours total over a 12-month period, which I do not have, so I'm not monetized. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider, struck him out, side is retired. Story will continue in the bottom of the 4th. It's a 2-0 lead for Seattle. So since I'm not monetized, I can't accept donations, so my donations are not turned on. Interesting that you would suggest that, Mazwardi. Nice to see that the Outlander show is lurking at work. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Hopefully you've got the phone on nice and loud in your pocket. Fastball outside, ball 1. It's a 2-0 lead for Seattle here in the bottom of the 4th. It's the last 2 weeks of the season. And if you ask the Avengers, they would tell you that as far as they are concerned, the playoffs have already begun. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Dave Kingman. Fouls off the cut fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, it kind of sucked. I got to 1,000 subscribers and I got all excited thinking that I was going to become monetized. And then I looked up the rules and found out that until you have 4,000 watch hours, the YouTube does not monetize your channel. I have somewhere between 2,500 and 2,600 hours over the last 12 months, which means that in order to become monetized, I need my watchers to watch twice as much as they do now. Or I need to get twice as many subscribers. I need to get to 2,000 subs. I mean, I've got a good amount of subs, but apparently I just don't have quite enough watch hours. Line drive, base hit to center. It's a leadoff single for Kingman. He makes a big turn at first, but will hold. They already have a 2-0 lead. I'm sure they would love to get another insurance run. Leadoff man scores 60% of the time in baseball. Let's try to put out this fire. Up next, Michael Young. Grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Fastball in there. Strike 1. Runner leads off first. Jams him. Over to second for the force. To first. In time. Gorgeous double play. Cut the check, Anthony Mackie. 6-4-3 double play, and there are 2 outs and the bases are empty. Up next is Keaston Hiura. 0 for 1. He has 29 homers on the season. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself by mentioning his home run total. Outside corner, strike 1. Keaston Hiura. Deep fly ball to right. There is Bautista to retire the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, none left on at the end of 4 innings of play. It's 2-0 Seattle here at T-Mobile Park. This is Avengers Baseball. Can I donate money to you anywhere for Mazwardi? Listen, all you need to donate to me. Thank you. That is so nice of you. I sincerely appreciate it. I will keep you in mind for, in the future. That is not necessary. Swing and a miss at the pitch high. Strike 1. Donate it to a charity of your choice instead. That would make me happy. If you donate it to something like the Red Cross or Salvation Army or something, that would be cool. Do it in my name if you want. RC Robbin. It's very, very, very much appreciated, the gesture. That is really cool, but not necessary. Totally not necessary. If you want to give me something, give me watch hours. Up the middle, but they've got him played perfectly, and there's one away. They had him played to pull. 3 infielders on the left side of the infield. Jacob deGrom, league leaders entering play. He's in 3rd place in the ERA department, behind Walter Johnson and Cliff Lee with that 3.45 earned run average. So next up is Dave Bautista with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. He doubled in the 2nd inning. All right, man, just have a great Christmas. I certainly will. It was really nice of you. Sliding stop. Oh, he's putting on a clinic over there at shortstop. Michael Young with his 2nd Gold Glove play in this game. They need to show a replay. Come on, while I drink my coffee. Show a replay. Come on. They should be ashamed of themselves. 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Sebastian Stan steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 1. 2-0 Seattle. deGrom is throwing darts. Fouls it back. Strike 1. 99 on the radar gun. And I'll watch your games when I go to sleep. That's what I'm talking about. Line drive, base hits, a 2-out single for the Winter Soldier. Bucky Barnes will keep this inning going. The tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the fifth. Check that, top of the fifth. 10-game hitting streak now, double digits for Sebastian Stan. Not bad. He gets a replay. How come the other guy didn't get a replay? A little bit of bias. Bang. I'll watch your games when I go to sleep. Thank you, Mazwardi. That actually means a lot. That definitely does. Up next, Idris Elba 0 for 1. Fastball low, ball 1. 2-0 Seattle here in the top of the fifth. Runner leads off first, 2 down. 1-0 counts. Quick throw to first, he's back. Actually, this would be a good time for Sebastian Stan to take off for second, because that means a single would get him home from second. And he chases, Elba does, chases a high fastball, fouls it off, strike 1. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Changeup at the knees, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch was nasty. Oh, come on. But this time the line drive will, oh, gorgeous play by Johnny Damon. He gets the uniform dirty, makes a sliding diving catch to retire the side. 4.5 gone by, 2-0 Seattle. Oh, this might not be my game, fellas. This might not be my day. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. Jorge Soler steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out. Fastball just misses off the plate. Jorge has 113 runs batted in on the season. Checks the swing. No, according to the home plate umpire, it's a foul tip caught by the catcher. Count is evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Late on the breaking ball, fouls it up the third baseline. Check that, first baseline. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. Ground ball, foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out on the inside fastball. There's 1 away. Strikeout number 2 for Cooper. 4 1/3 innings, second strikeout. With the exception of that 2-run home run by Paul Molitor in the first inning, I have to say that Rocket Raccoon has been pitching pretty good. I mean, he just unfortunately is facing Jacob deGrom, and deGrom is throwing a shutout. You know, it's the things you can't control as a pitcher. Fastball outside corner, 96 on the radar gun. Count is 0-1. Fouls off the cutter. Count is 0-2 on Davis. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Fly ball the other way. Near the line is Bautista in right. Makes the catch for the second out. Two down, up steps Edwin Encarnacion. Popped out in the second. He is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Late on the fastball, fouls it off, strike 1. Hard ground ball to the shortstop. Cut the check, Anthony Mackie. Side is retired. So it's an official ball game. 5 innings complete. However, the Avengers are losing 2-0. This is Avengers Baseball. Got to get my hitting shoes out. Let's go. Let's go. Top of the 6th. Leading off for the Avengers is Don Cheadle. Grounded out in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Jams him, fouls it back, strike 1. 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Jacob deGrom. Line drive headed into that corner, and it will one-hop to the fence. Rounding first and heading to second is War Machine. It is a lead-off double for Don Cheadle. took that inside fastball and drove it for his 33rd double of the season. Doubles leaders on the Avengers entering play. Mark Ruffalo has 41. Anthony Mackie has 40. Don Cheadle is in the middle of the pack at 33. Next up is Anthony Mackie, 0 for 2 today. Needs to move that runner over. But instead, he swings at the first pitch and pops it up. There is Young behind second base, makes the catch one away. Not a productive out. Mackie needs to show a little more patience. You need to show more patience. Next up, Tom Holland, 0 for 2. He's hitting .355. He has 17 homers and 81 RBIs. He is the tying run. Fastball high, ball 1. Tom's hitting .375 with runners in scoring position this season. Checks his swing, pitches high again, count is 2 balls, no strikes. Runner leads off second, 1 out, top of the 6th. Deep drive to right. Back goes Jorge Soler to the track, the wall. He leaps, makes the catch, and brings a home run back. He brings a 2-run homer back onto the field. Jorge Soler with perhaps the defensive play of the game. They need to show this replay. Watch this. He gets his back to the wall, steals a home run. That was a 2-2 ball game right there, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is Robert Downey Jr., 2 outs. Runner leads off second. 2-0 Seattle. Here comes the pitch. And he pulls it, rolls it down the first base line, out of play for strike 1. Tony Stark's hitting .363 with runners in scoring position, so comfortable with that runner over there at second base. And he grounds it up the first base line, and Encarnacion snags it, steps on the bag, retires the side. deGrom dodges a bullet. Jorge Soler brings back a homer at the end of 5.5. It's 2-0 Seattle. This is Avengers Baseball. So let's go to the bottom of the 6th. Lineup turns over for the Mariners. Damon is up again. He's 1 for 2. And that's a line drive to right. Right there is Bautista. 1 swing and 1 out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Next up, Paul Molitor. He's the reason why Seattle has a lead in the first inning. Here's the replay. 2-run home run in the bottom of the first to give them the lead they currently possess. It is now 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Cooper still on the mound, pitching a decent game. Checks his swing, fastball in there, strike 1. Oh no, deep drive in the gap. It'll 1-hop to the fence. He will get to second base. It's a 1-out double for Paul Molitor. He's 2 for 3 today. He's doing it all by himself. Here's the replay. Oof, got solid wood on that one. I think he hit that one harder than the home run. Bang. All right, so before Mike Piazza steps to the plate, let's go to the manager's office and the bullpen. All right, so Paul Bettany is Vision, and Paul Rudd is Ant-Man. We're going to warm them up, and the manager is going to send the pitching coach for a mound visit, just to kind of like chill Bradley Cooper out. Like, listen, relax. We're going to make the playoffs no matter what. You pitched well. deGrom is pitching well. Just keep us in the game. Fastball in there, 97 on the radar gun for strike 1. Runner leads off second. Fly ball to right, deep, near the 326 line, in foul territory, makes the catch. And he will record the second out. That's a nice play by Bautista in that right field corner, not knowing exactly where that side fence is. So there's 2 outs for Dave Kingman, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles today. Runner leads off second. Chases a cutter, strike 1. 2-0 Seattle here in the bottom of the 6th. Fouls it behind home plate. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Kingman. And that's a deep drive. Racing over. It is a foul ball. Oh, Kingman was making a bid for an RBI double on a 3-for-3 day. My goodness. He is on fire today. And he slashes that to center, but it's a routine play for the War Machine, who retires the side. We will go to the top of the 7th. It's a 2-0 lead for Jacob deGrom and the Seattle Mariners. Leading off is Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. He is 0 for 2 today. He's struck out. He's popped out. He leads the team in homers and RBIs. Here comes the pitch from deGrom. Late on the fastball. Pop up to right. Soler, 1 pitch, 1 away. deGrom is neutralizing all of the Avenger threats.
Now batting, number 20.
League leaders in shutouts. deGrom has 5 shutouts over there in the American League. He's making a bid for shutout number 6 on the season. Chadwick Boseman 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. But if there's anyone that can stop Jacob deGrom, it's the Avengers. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Chadwick Boseman, may he rest in peace. We lost him to colon cancer in 2020. Fastball low, 1 ball, 1 strike. He will always be Black Panther to me, regardless of what happens in the sequel. Bouncer up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, playing out of position. They had the shift played perfectly, and there are 2 away here in the top of the 7th.
The right fielder.
2 outs, up steps Dave Bautista, who's 3 for 7 in the series. He has a double today, 1 for 2. Swing and a miss at the high inside fastball, strike 1. Curveball outside, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, 2-1. 2 right-handers warming in the Mariners bullpen, Michael Lorenzen and Reyes Moronta. Why they'd be warming is, I guess, well, that makes sense, I suppose. He's only thrown 76 pitches, though. Out in front of the changeup, swinging a miss, count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. 2-0 Seattle. Skies it to right, back goes Soler to the track, looking up, it's Gunzo! That's a solo shot for Drax the Destroyer from the Guardians of the Galaxy. You can't get anything over his head, he'll catch it. That is home run number 14 on the season for Dave Bautista, and the shutout is done. They've cut the lead in half. It's a 2-1 lead for the Mariners here in the top of the 7th. Need a sip of coffee. Maybe I've had a little too much coffee. I feel really caffeinated. Hit it off the opposite field, off the end of the bat, and somehow muscled it over that right field fence. 361 feet. Just enough height and angle to get that ball out of this ballpark. Next up, Sebastian Stan. 2-1. And that's a deep drive. Whoa! But hit it right at Dave Kingman in left. He hit it harder than the home run, but didn't hit it high enough. Kingman in left field barely had to move. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. It's 2-1. Seattle leads. The ball game, take me out to the crowd. Okay, stop it. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Michael Young is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Line drive, actually ground ball up the first base line, fielded by Tony Stark. Takes it to the bag himself. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now back, second baseman, Kester.
Next up is the second baseman, Keaston Hiura. He's also 0 for 2. You know, regardless of what happens from this point on, fastball misses outside. Bradley Cooper pitched a good game. He's down 2-1, pitching into the 7th inning. He's 6 1/3 at the moment. Looked low, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count evens 1 ball and 1 strike to Hiura. Jams him, fouls it back, 1-2. Pitch count is relatively low. The next pitch from Bradley Cooper will be pitch number 63 here in the 7th inning. So he's been economical. That ball is high and deep to left center field, to the track, looking up. Warning track makes the catch for the second out. Nice play by Sebastian Stan in front of the warning track. So 2 outs. Jorge Soler with his 43 home runs steps in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. So 2-1 lead for the Mariners. Misses with the cutter. Ball 1. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm an Avengers fan, obviously, but that pitch was high. That pitch was high, and it was called strike by the home plate umpires. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. If I was Soler, I would not be pleased. Oh, that ball's gone. Watch it go. It's a 3-1 lead for Seattle. Soler hits home run number 44 on the season, and they now have their 2-run lead once again here in the bottom of the 7th. Oh. That one hurt. Bang. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Next up, J.D. Davis. 0 for 2. 3-1 Seattle here at the 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Fastball low. Ground ball up the middle. Backhanded. Jump throw by Spider-Man. Nice pick from the dirt by Tony Stark, side retired. But after 7 innings of baseball, it is now a 3-1 lead thanks to Jorge Soler's solo shot. This is Avengers baseball. All right, before we hit in the top of the 8th, before Idris Elba steps up to the plate, the manager will go to the bullpen. Coming up in the bottom of the 8th is Encarnacion, Damon, and Molitor. So I'm going to send Paul Rudd, scheduled to put him in the game. Paul Rudd will go in the game to pitch to those 3 batters. So 3-1, deGrom still on the mound. Fastball high to Idris Elba, ball 1. 2 right-handers still warming in the bullpen. Lorenzen and Montora. Line drive to center. This time the shift does not favor them, as Johnny Damon had no chance to make the play in center field based on the fact that he was shifted over to the left side of the outfield. Leadoff hitter, tying run is Don Cheadle here in the top of the 8th. 1 for 2. And that's a line drive. Foul. Count is 0-1. deGrom is pitching a gem, Maswardi. I mean, I'm doing my best. I'm trying to figure him out. Fastball 96 on the radar gun. Just misses, and deGrom looks back at the umpire like, are you kidding me? Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the low fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. MN Productions is back. Welcome back to the live stream. It's 3-1 Seattle here in the top of the 8th. deGrom is pitching a great game. Outside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Don Cheadle. Runner leads off first. Don Cheadle is the tying run at the plate. And it's a grounder to second. Over to 1, second for 1, not in time. So it's a fielder's choice out at second. 1 out here in the top of the 8th as Don Cheadle will take over at first base. They got the lead runner. Lineup turns over for the Avengers. Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America, is 0 for 3 today. He has 19 homers and 73 RBIs on the season. 1 out. Jams him inside with the fastball. Strike 1. He is the tying runner. Pitches outside. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Sam Wilson. Jams him with the slider inside, fouls it back. Count is 1 and 2. Just missed it. Just missed it. Grounder up the middle, fielded by deGrom, throws the second for 1, back to first, not in time. It's another fielder's choice. Only the speed of Anthony Mackie running up the first base line prevented that from being a 1-6-3 double play. But there's 2 outs and a runner at first still for Tom Holland, who is 0 for 3 today. He has 17 homers and 81 RBIs on the season. This would be a good time for a 2-out, 2-run home run. Quick throw to first. He's back. He is the tying run. Let's see what happens here in the top of the 8th inning for the Avengers. He's going. Pitch is high. Throw down. Is not in time. It's a stolen base. Cut the check for Anthony Mackie. Now, at the very least, a single will score the second run. With Mackey's speed coming around third base, a single will certainly score a run. So can we get a 2-out single at the very least from Tom Holland? Let's see what happens. And we may get more than that as it's going back. Kingman to the track, looking up, makes the catch on the warning track to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 3-1 Seattle. Do I want to change pitchers? Yes, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen,
In relief is Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd played Ant-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His record is 3-0 with a 3.91 earned run average. Leading off for the Mariners, bottom of the 8th is Edwin Encarnacion. He's 0 for 2.
Edwin Encarnacion.
Fastball outside corner, strike one. Maswardi, that was a good hit too. Yeah, I mean, I got good wood on it. At the very least, that would have been nice if it could have went over his head, but it didn't. Fastball inside corner, strike two. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Encarnacion. I was feeling that inning. I was feeling like something good was going to happen, but oh well. There's still the 9th. Got to hold him at 3. Fouls it back. Count still 0-2 on Encarnacion. As a matter of fact, the manager is going to go to the bullpen, and he's going to warm up Stan Lee, just in case, a lefty and a righty, just in case things start to spiral out of control for Paul Rudd. Deep fly ball to right. Over is Bautista in front of the warning track, makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. The line for Bradley Cooper was pretty good. It's 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He is 11-10, and if this game holds the way it will, he'll be 11-11. So not a good season, despite the good outing. Next up, Johnny Damon, who's 1 for 3. Fastball misses off the inside part of the plate. Ball 1. Grounded, foul. Up the third baseline. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnny Damon tortured me as a Boston Red Sox. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. And then I cheered for him for years after he turned around and became a New York Yankee. So I guess the torture was worth it. Pitch is low. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases empty. 3-1 lead for Seattle. Ground ball to the second baseman, fielded by Spider-Man. Throws to first in time, 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Starter comparison brought to you by the Outlander Show. As you can see, it's a close matchup, but Jacob deGrom easily wins this matchup. 8 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 hits. Proud of the fact that he only struck me out twice. So the man responsible for 2 of those 3 runs with a 2-run homer in the first is Paul Molitor. He steps up to the plate with 2 outs. The pitch from Ant-Man. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Change up, looked high, called a strike, count as 2 balls and 1 strike. To Paul Molitor, the hit machine. Misses low and inside. Hitters count. On deck is Mike Piazza. So we have to be careful here. Swing and a miss the inside fastball. 2-seam action. Full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Line drive caught by Black Panther at third. So the side is retired. We go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Hollywood Avengers. They need 2 runs to tie. It's the Mariners 3 and the Avengers 1. Can they come back and win this game? First place in the National League West is on the line. Let's go Avengers. All right, in relief, Lorenzen. who has a 4-2 record. He has 12 saves in 13 save opportunities. He will face Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., who's 0 for 3 today. He has 23 homers and 98 RBIs on the season. He needs to get on base. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. A bloop and a blast is what we need in order to keep this game going. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball to the third baseman. Davis throws across, and there's 1 out here in the ninth. The line for Jacob deGrom: 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He is in line for win number 16 on the season. He would be 16-5, but hopefully I can do something about that as Mark Ruffalo steps up to the plate. And that's a line drive, cutter inside down on his hands, pulls it down the left field line, out of play. Ruffalo is 0 for 3 today. Here comes the pitch from Lorenzen. Two-seam fastball is low, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. We are in the top of the ninth. It's a 2-run lead for the Seattle Mariners. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. That is home run number 35 for Mark Ruffalo. Ruffalo smash. Home run number 35, RBI number 133 on the season to lead the ball club in both categories. And the lead is now a 1-run ball game as the Seattle Mariners in the top of the ninth have a 3-2 advantage. Oh yeah. Ruffalo smash. Bang. So 3-2 ball game, 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Up steps Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman is 0 for 3 today. He is the tying run at the plate. That ball is high. It is far, but on the warning track, Kingman makes the catch for the 2nd out here in the ninth. And the Avengers are down to their final out of this game. And final out of this very quick 2-game series at T-Mobile Ballpark. Avengers won yesterday 13-1, and right now they're down 3-2. And representing the final out of the game is Dave Bautista, who hit a home run already today. A home run in the opposite field. Line drive over the head of the third baseman and rolls down the left field line. He will round first and head to second. Kingman tries to get the ball back in, but will throw it to the third baseman. They have the tying run in scoring position where a single can tie this ball game. Here's the replay as he lines it over the head of J.D. Davis III and into that left field corner. So they have the tying run in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Up next, Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Looked like either he said he went too far or the pitch was in there. Regardless of what the reason was, the count is 0-1 to the Winter Soldier. Cut fastball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sebastian Stan is hitting .329 with runners in scoring position this season. A single could tie this ball game. Change up outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Michael Lorenzen came in for the 3-out save, gave up a solo shot to Mark Ruffalo. Now a double to ball 3. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike to Bucky Barnes. Hitters count, 2 outs, top of the 9th, 3-2 lead for Seattle. Bautista leads off second. Here's the pitch from Lorenzen. Grounder up the first base line, fielded by Lorenzen, throws to first, in time, side retired, ball game over. Mariners win 3-2. And they split this 2-game series at T-Mobile Park with the Hollywood Avengers, 1 game apiece. So that means, unfortunately, that the Avengers are now 95 and 56. 95 and 56. In fact, since we're getting down to the wire, I'll actually back out to to the loadout screen and look at the standings just so that we're all on the same page. Hollywood Avengers lose to Seattle. Seattle has 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Hollywood Avengers 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Jacob deGrom gets the win, his win number 16. Bradley Cooper gets the loss. He's 11-11. Michael Lorenzen, after a little bit of trouble with Mark Ruffalo, ends up getting the 1-out save. Paul Molitor, with his 2-run homer in the first inning, is given Player of the Game honors. Thank you so much, everybody. I sincerely appreciate your time and energy for watching Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Don't forget to like the video. I'm going to exit the postgame and leave the stream running to look over some of the stats as we approach the end of the season. The game is over, but obviously the plot thickens as we approach the playoffs. So your question is, why is RC Robbin still playing MLB The Show 20? The reason why I'm doing that is because, okay, quick sell. Let's get this over with. You want a quick sell? Yes. Back out. Bradley Cooper is 11-11. Yesterday we won 13-1. Today, I wish I could have gotten some of those 13 runs against deGrom today. So 13-1. Lost today 3-2. Day off tomorrow before starting a 4-game series at Arizona. Arizona Diamondbacks are giving me trouble all year long. This is not good. I don't know if you noticed, but after a 3-game set at home against the Minnesota Twins, the Avengers finish out the season with a 3-game set at home against the Los Angeles Dodgers. So anyway, so the Avengers are 1 full game behind the LA Dodgers in the National League West. They're 96-56. The Dodgers, therefore, are 97-55. The Dodgers needed to win this game in order to keep pace. So let's go to league leaders really quickly. Actually, no, standings first, so we can look at expanded standings. Dodgers 97-55. Avengers 96-56. These are the runs scored, runs against. As you can see, the pitching is better. The Avengers pitching is better. They've given up 618 runs, but 698 runs the Dodgers have given up. But the Dodgers offense has been a little more prolific. Well, anyway, I'm curious in the National League. 97 wins, 96 wins. 91 wins in the National League Central. 80 wins in the National League East. So here's the deal. Based on their win totals, its chances are that the Dodgers and the Avengers will easily win a division and the first wildcard spot. So neither team is in fear of having to play like a 1-game playoff because both teams are going to win 100 games or more. But I still want the goddamn division. I want to win the division. I want to win the division in LA. All right, so let's get out of this. League leaders really quickly. Stan Musial is leading in batting average. Tom Holland Spider-Man is 1 point behind, 355 to 354. Tom Holland Spider-Man is looking for a batting title. Hits, at-bats, doubles, triples. Oh, look at this. Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America, is tied with Ahmed Rosario for the most triples in the league, in the National League with 14. Pretty cool. Home runs is no contest. The player with the most home runs is Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, with 35. You need 58 to lead the league in homers. I don't know what happened to my home runs. Mark Ruffalo, though, is in second in RBIs behind Luis Gonzalez with 133. Joe Torre, stolen bases, on-base average, wins. Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston are in the top 3 in wins. Thor Odinson is tied with Cy Young himself for the league lead in wins with 20. Let's see. Chris Hemsworth leads the league in ERA, so he's obviously in line to win that Cy Young Award. Shutouts. Chris Hemsworth and Tom Seaver are tied with 5 shutouts. I threw 5 shutouts this season with. I'm not sure. Some of you may be aware, but Chris Hemsworth also threw a perfect game in game number 81 at the midway mark of the season. It's all you have to do is look up game number 81 on YouTube of Avengers Baseball, and Chris Hemsworth threw a perfect game and a no-hitter, one of those 5 shutouts. Strikeouts, Hemsworth leads the league with 234 strikeouts. Complete games, Chris Hemsworth, 10 of those complete games, 5 of them are shutouts. So, innings pitched, Chris Hemsworth, walks allowed, Scarlett Johansson threw the least amount of walks, Chris Pratt, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's pretty much it for now. Let's go back over to the win, Jacob deGrom 16-5, the loss, Bradley Cooper 11-11. Michael Lorenzen gets save number 13 on the season. Player spotlight was Paul Molitor. And there we go. There we have it. For those of you that are still watching, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. There are now 10 games left, as this was 152, game number 152 of 162. I wish I had won the game, but sometimes you lose in a full season. So far, the Avengers are 96-56, and I'm hoping to win 100 plus and somehow sneak out a division championship before making the World Series. Thanks so much. I'll see you again soon. Have a great night. Oh, and for those of you that are interested in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, my plan is to log off, do a couple of errands, take care of some stuff around the house, and later on this evening return with Ivor, the clean shaven. So if you're interested in seeing an Assassin's Creed Valhalla live stream this evening, don't go away. I'll be back soon. Take care.